Welcome once again to Primary 6 Mathematics, presented by Akenya Tonny. This is our second lesson. Remember, we had the first lesson on YouTube, and I thank the learners who followed that lesson. So please make sure you keep on following these lessons because they are going to be in order. So one lesson at a time, one lesson at a time. So for those of you who missed the lessons, we shall give you the playlist, and then you can be able to connect to that lesson that you missed. So therefore, in this lesson, we are going to look at finding the missing side of a cuboid. Now, we looked at finding the volume of a cuboid. Now, here we are going to look at finding the missing side of a cuboid when they have given you the volume. So in this case, they can give you the volume, they can give you the two sides, and maybe one side may be missing. So therefore, that is what we are going to discuss in this lesson. So for those of you who still want to contact me, my contact is there and my email address. Otherwise, thank you so much. Let us go straight away to what we are going to look at now. So at first, we looked at finding volume of a cuboid. Now, the idea, the knowledge that we have got from finding volume of a cuboid, that knowledge is really going to be very, very important in finding the missing side of a cuboid. Now, let us note this, okay? For us to find the side of a cuboid, we use the formula. We use the formula to find volume of a cuboid, and then we substitute correctly. So when I talk about to substitute here means to replace. So when they give you the volume, you will replace that volume given to you, and the sides that have been given, you will as well replace. So if you can recall, what is the formula to find the volume of a cuboid? Can someone tell us? Very good. So we said if we have a cuboid like this, the volume therefore becomes base area times height. So base area times height gives us volume. Now, why did I start this time with base area times height? Now, here you realize that one side will be missing. Either the length may be missing, or the width, or the height. Any of these three, one of them may be missing, and they will ask you to find. So in this case, you begin with the formula by saying base area times height equals to volume. So therefore, if you have the unknown, that unknown should be on the left hand side. In this case, in this question, we shall be knowing the volume. So the volume can come on the right hand side. So base area, like this is the shaded part, this is the base area. It has length and width. So the base area becomes length times width. And then after we multiply by the height, so that we can get length times width. That one gives us the area, the base area. Then after getting the base area, we multiply by the height. That will give us the volume. Now here I've just written as L times W times H equals to volume. So whereby N here, L here stands for length, and then W stands for width, and then H stands for height. So here, this is what we are going to be using if there is a missing side. Now, learners, can we go ahead and look at how do they set for us this question, and how do we go about this question? We are starting with our example 1. This is our example 1, which is coming right on your screen. Okay, I'm going to read for you this question. Very good. The question says, find the height of a cuboid below whose volume is 180 cubic centimeters. Take note of this, whose volume, okay, volume is given as 180 cubic centimeters. Now they are saying the cuboid, let us bring in the cuboid. That here it comes. Now when we look at this, in this cuboid they have given us length, they have given us width, and height is there. So height in this case it is not given, they have only given us as h, so we don't know it. But using the volume which is given, we can easily find the height. Now learners, for us to find this height, we come back and say, how do we get the volume of a cuboid? That is why I said the first lesson is very important. So here we say base area times height equals to volume. That is the formula, and this formula will be able to give us the value of this h. Now what does base area here mean? This is area of the base, and area of the base is length times width. So we can still say length times width times height equals to, now here the volume is given as 180 cubic centimeters. That's what they have given us in the volume. And now length is 9 centimeters, width is 4 centimeters, height is not given, so we shall maintain our height, we shall maintain our h. So we can here say 9 times 4. So this 9 here times 4. And then h is not given, we maintain it as h, equals to 180 cubic centimeters. Now here 9 times 4, can someone give us 9 times 4? Very good. So 9 times 4 we have 36. Okay, so here we have got 36. Then we shall multiply the product. Now this is the area of this base times the height, should give us this 180, which is the volume. Now learners, whenever you multiply a digit by a letter, okay, these are two terms. When you are multiplying them, it can become a single term. So here we shall have 36 times h, which we shall get 36h equals to 180. Now having reached this step, what do we need to do? What we are looking for here is we are looking for h. Now h has a coefficient which is 36. So therefore, for us to get this h, we need to divide both sides by 36. So this side we shall divide by 36, and also 180 we shall divide by 36. So here we come and say 36h out of 36 equals to 180 out of 36. Now when I reach here, I can divide 36 divide by 36, and even this 36 divide by 36. So let us go. So 36 divided by 36, we get 1. Okay, 36 divided by 36, we get 1. And also down here we have 36 divided by 36, we shall also get 1. Now when we reach to this one, here I want to explain very well how you are going to divide this 180 out of 36. So let me take you on what I have done here on the side work. You realize that I have 180 out of 36. Now here I was dividing them using what we call the common factors. For example, 180 out of 36, I said which number can divide 36 and the same number can divide 180. So I said 9 can divide them. So 36 divided by 9, we get here 4. And then 18, okay, this is 180, but I started with 18. Class, 18 divided by 9, what do we get? We get here 2. Do we have any remainder? No. So if we don't have a remainder, that means now here we have 0. So 0 divided by 9 is 0. So in this case, we have our 20 out of 4. So from 180, we have remained with 20. When we divided 180 by 9, we get here 20. 36, when we divided by 9, we get here 4. So when we come here, we have 20 out of 4. So now I divided by 4 direct. Okay? 4 divided by 4 divided by 4, we get 1. And then here we have 20 divided by 4, we get 5. So our numerator is now 5 and the denominator is 1. So 5 out of 1 is equals to 5. So that means 180, when you divide it by 36, you get 5. So our h, because this is 1h, which is just h out of 1, it is just h, equals to, we have got 5 centimeters. So that is how you can get the height. Therefore, the height of this cuboid is 5 centimeters. That's the value of h. Okay, members, have we understood example number 1? Oh, somebody has said he has not understood yet. Now let us go to number 2. So I'm going to try as much as possible to go slow in number 2. And then we see how we can get this. We have example number 2. In number 2, what are they saying? Okay, number 2 comes right away. Okay, so in number 2, what they are saying is the volume of a cuboid is 720 cubic centimeters. Calculate the width if its length is 6 centimeters and height 4 centimeters. Now, when you read this question carefully, the volume of a cuboid, they have given the volume as 72 cubic centimeters. Now what they are saying is to calculate the width, meaning the width is not given, but they have given us the length and they have given us the height. So in this case, we can say solution. Now in our solution, we can draw a cuboid and we put the length as 6 and we put the width as w and we put the height as 4 centimeters. So here is our cuboid. So you can see the length is 6 centimeters, the width is w because we don't have the value, and the height is given there. So here now we shall have base area times height gives us the volume. Now the base area, it is in form of a rectangle. That means we shall say a length times width and multiply by height. That gives us the volume. Now let us go to the level of substitution. We substitute. In this case, where there is length, we shall put 6, and where there is width, we shall maintain, and height we shall put 4. So that means now we have 6 times w times 4 equals to 72 cubic centimeters. Now when we multiply 6 times w, we get 6w. And when we multiply 6w, shall multiply it by 4. It will still give us 72. So here we get 6w times 4 equals to 72. Now we go ahead and say, now 6w times 4. What is 6 times 4? 6 times 4, we get 24. Now 24 times w, meaning we shall get 24w equals to 72. Now it is still goes back to the same thing which we did in example number 1. If you have 24w, we are looking for the value of this w. So w should remain here alone. Since we are multiplying, 24w means 24 times w. Since we are multiplying, we can divide on both sides when you are crossing the equal sign. So we shall say 24W divided by 24 equals to 72 also divided by 24, so that we get this 72 out of 24. Now the same applies here. 24 out of 24, we shall divide them, and this side we shall get 1, 1. Okay, 24 divided by 24, we shall get 1. Now when it comes to this one, also we need to break the division, and let me divide it in the side work here, so that you can basically understand. Now here, what have I used to divide 72 and the 24? I used the 6. 6 became the common factor here. I said 24 divided by 6, I get here 4. How about 72 divided by 6? It may be very big to say 72. Since 7 is bigger than 6, you can start with that. You can say now 7 divided by 6, we get 1, remainder 1. So that remainder, when we add it to these 2, it becomes 12. So 12 divided by 6, we get 2. So in this case, we remain with 12 out of 4. So here we have 12 out of 4. Now 12 out of 4 can be divided by 4 now, direct. So 4 divided by 4, we get 1. 12 divided by 4, we get 3. And finally, we shall have 3 out of 1, which is equals to 3. That means this width is equals to 3 centimeters. So that is how we get the length of the missing side. If width is missing or length is missing, you can still use the method of finding the volume of a cuboid, and then you just substitute where necessary. Whatever is given, you replace it. If length is given, you replace. For example, in this question, length was given as 6, we replaced. Height is given as 4, we replaced. W was not given, we maintained it. And then that is how you can be doing this number. Otherwise, learners, thank you so much for following this lesson. But before I leave you to go, look at these questions. These are the questions that I want you to try. Okay? Following the 2 examples that I have given you, attempt all the questions here. Now, number 1, let me just put it very fast. Good. So these 4 numbers I want you to try. But also, I'm going to put these 4 numbers into our Google Classroom, so that you can be able to do this work, and then you can submit it even for marking. Okay? Okay? So that is very good. Otherwise, try these 4 numbers, and then you can submit for marking in our Google Classroom. Thank you so much. Please, for those who missed the other lesson, you can click on this playlist so that you can get that lesson, because it is connected to this one. And then also, to get more lessons coming on, you can subscribe to this YouTube channel. We have all subjects that are coming on. Primary 5, primary 6, all subjects. Nursery, all subjects. Secondary, all subjects. Please subscribe and then learn with us. May God bless you all. Thank you.